Hi, Jodi. It's so great to see you.
You too, Radell. Thanks for asking and inviting me here.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to hear about what you have going on. So, I wanted to just see if you could give us a little bit about, who you are and sharing about, your coaching or the Moms Who Dare group, just what you have going on.
All right, so I'm always trying to fine tune the who you are question. So I'll be as brief and comprehensive as possible if that you could do the two at the same time. So I am Jodi Silverman. I am married to my husband Sam of 25 years. We just had our 25th wedding anniversary. And we have two amazing kids, Ellie, who's 22, who just graduated college, and Daniel, who's 19, and he's starting his second year. And he's down at University of Alabama, Roll Tide.
Cool.
Um, so who am I? I mean, as far as professionally, I've made my whole career out of a career of sales. But about 6 years ago, I was open to discovering new possibilities. And like a lot of people out there, a lot of women especially too, I started asking, is what I have right now enough professionally? Will it fill me personally if as my kids were getting older? And it was a really difficult question to ask because I have a great life. I had a great life. I have tons of friends and family, but there was something missing. And it's a tough question because I felt like, well, am I being like selfish about this? Like I have this amazing life. Why wouldn't it be enough? And it wasn't about what I had wasn't it being enough. It was about something just a piece missing from the puzzle. So I entered network marketing and the world of personal and professional development. And it led me down the road to becoming a certified life coach. And through that process of my daughter being the first to go off to college and becoming a certified life coach and approaching empty nest, it just all came together that my coaching had to be geared towards coaching and mentoring moms who were approaching or in empty nest. And out of that journey came a really great project my mom and I embarked on, and we co-published and co-created a small 30-page journal called You're On Your Own Now, What Tips and Wisdom from Mom. First thing I ever did in my life that was of any kind of creative nature. If you would have told me that I would have published something myself, let alone with my mom, I would have said, you're crazy, Radell. No way. I'm not that person. But it's really a part guide, part journal for moms to fill in their best tips and wisdoms for their children as they go off to college around cleaning and how to take care of themselves so that we can equip our kids, because that's what we do as moms. And then because I am a person who loves people, and I'm always been a mom about moms, because I think it's one of the hardest jobs, whether you're a mom, a stepmom, whether you're in a role that resembles a mom, but you're not a quote mom, it's one of the most important jobs. And I wanted to create a community around the journal. And I had heard a woman speak named Luann Kahn about a book that she wrote documenting her year of dares. It's called I Dare Me, where she dared herself to do new things every day for a year to get unstuck. And it just resonated. I realized that for the last 6 years leading up to that, I was really daring myself to leave my comfort zone and do all these crazy things like go to a coaching school and actually, coach real life individuals and put myself out there. And I decided that the name of the group was going to be called Moms Who Dare. And it has grown to an online and offline community of well over 400 moms, wow, all having kids within high school and beyond. And it's a work in progress. It's about real women, real life, real fun, doing what moms do best, connecting, sharing, and thriving with each other. Because as I always tell the moms, it's really easy to make life all about your kids. That's what we do for 18 plus years. What's difficult is when the kids move on to figure out, hey, what's next for mom? Now what me? Now what's for me? And that's what the community is about. It's not about dissing our kids. We're always in their lives, but it's about shifting that focus back onto themselves and maybe discovering and rediscovering lost passions and dreams. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now. I'm having a lot of fun with community, and I look at myself as a combination of as a coach and a mentor to these moms.
So it's fantastic because I think after 18 years, that's a hard shift, they're a little bit like, what now? And it is empty nest, the house is a little more quiet, maybe people want to make a whole new career change or do something, but whatever it is, it may be outside of that comfort zone. So
absolutely,
what you're doing for women is huge. And I really like what you said about it not being selfish, because I think, sometimes we're targeted a little bit like, oh my gosh, we're thinking about you. Well, yeah, you are a person. Moms do matter, even as a person, and their identity is really themselves as well as their children and family. But
absolutely,
they can make a difference both as a mom and doing something for themselves too.
Oh, I absolutely believe that as a mom, you must, and I use that word must, not should, but you must have something of your own, whether it's a space to sit and read, whether it's to go for a walk, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a part-time job, a volunteer opportunity. You must have self-care and time just for you, because I truly believe that when you do that, you show up for your family in a much better place. You're less stressed. There's less anxiety. You have more patience. And when you come from that place, that's all going to spill over into the relationship and how you present yourself to your family. So, I think we get lost in we're not allowed, because women do and moms do a lot of things, not just for the kids, but for everybody else too, including their girlfriends. We do a lot for them. So, the self-care and shifting the focus onto yourself, absolutely not about selfish. But what's interesting, and I'll share this, Radell, I was out with a group of the Moms Who Dare. We had our very first Mom's Night Out dinner, and there were 10 of us. And what's interesting is a lot of the moms, it's not even so much a selfish thing they're feeling. They have put one mom in particular. She shared a story. She was, a brownie troop leader and in charge of, she was the cookie mom, which is the huge job for the Girl Scouts. Oh, huge job for the Girl Scouts. So brownies, Girl Scouts. She was a crossing guard. Everything she ever did centered around her kid's life. And she sat there at dinner and shared with us, she doesn't even know what she's interested in doing. Right. So that's part of where my coaching and mentoring comes in, because I've created a process by which I can work with groups of moms together or individually, and we can figure out, create your own DARE plan. And daring doesn't mean jumping out of an airplane. DARE is just a word I use for fun, to figuring things out. So it's part of feeling a little bit guilty when your kids are still at home, because not everybody has a complete empty nest. And then it's the other part where not even knowing where to begin, because it's been all about them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of fun to watch this happen.
That's really cool that you have a DARE plan, and that, these can be little things, I would imagine, taking 20-minute walks for yourself, like you said, having a place to read in your house. That's so important. So question, is there a age range or a certain type of mom, meaning like your kids should be in middle school or high school or graduated? Like, what is the group demographic?
So I believe all moms can be Moms Who Dare. Our particular community is comprised of moms who have at least one child in high school or beyond. So that means you could have kids in elementary school, middle school, but your oldest is in high school. Mm-hmm. As long as you have one child in high school or beyond, because when we get together, we have a range. We have moms who have kids in high school, kids who have a combination of high school, college, and we have, like me, one in college, one out of college, and then we have some that are grandparents now. That's a nice mix, because when we got together, we had a woman who's getting ready to send her first child off to college. So she had so much experience with the other moms sitting there from all different levels. So it's not that I don't want to socialize with moms in middle school or elementary school. It's just that's such a big gap. So yes, it is moms within high school, at least one child in high school or beyond.
Got it. That's cool. Yeah. And so you said that you do meetup, like a group gathering. There's also your online Facebook. Any other ways that moms can get engaged with you in your group?
Absolutely. Obviously, the most engagement right now is through the Moms Who Dare Facebook group. So you go to Facebook, do a search for Moms Who Dare, click join, you're in. My website explains a little bit more of some things that are going to be coming your way. But in the Facebook group, and I do have a list for those moms out there who are not on Facebook but would like to be part of Moms Who Dare, I do have a official meetup on meetup.com under Moms Who Dare. I have to get a little more active there. But another way is to go to my website, which is jodisilverman.com, and subscribe to my I'm revamping my newsletter into like a magazine, more with, adventurous things to do and tips. But so you can subscribe, so I have your email address, because whatever events locally or suggestions people have for fun things to do that are posted in the Facebook group, I'm following it up with a newsletter shout out. So for those that aren't on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram, but Facebook, or subscribe to my mailing list through my website.
Both great options, and I really like that you don't have to be on Facebook, because there are, I'm sure, a good amount of moms that don't maybe have the time for that.
I have a whole list that I send my newsletter out to just for that reason.
That's great. And so I know you're based in the Philadelphia area. Would someone outside of that area, would it still be applicable for them to sign up or be in the group?
Absolutely, because not only, yes, obviously, most of the things right now that I will plan on, like the dinner was local to my area, so I could be there. But moving forward, well, there's a couple things. So we're also going to be doing some online events, like women, we're going to do Moms Who Wine, virtual Zoom video conferencing. You can bring your smoothie, your tea, your wine, bring your pajamas, and we can do a Zoom Connect where everybody's on video, like you and I are seeing each other and talking to each other right now. Mm-hmm. So we could do a virtual meetup in person, in our pajamas, at home, with whatever your favorite, drink may be. Me, I call it Moms Who Wine because I'm all about wine.
So fun.
And the other part of it is, which I would love for this to catch on, is like you're in Virginia. Mm-hmm. So say there's moms in the group that are from Virginia, and I post, we have a couple ideas, but one idea that I'm going to throw out there is to get a group of moms together to do an escape the room day. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, we have those.
They're all over. Yes. So if you're in Virginia, I'm going to encourage you, hey, are there other moms in this area? You guys can get together, invite your other mom friends, and get a group together. And it doesn't have to be all moms, but get a group together, go do it, take pictures and post it and share, so that we have Moms Who Dare doing things all over.
Very cool.
Down the road, I'm not sure how long down the road, there, as it says on my website, there could be day ventures that I bring to your area, neck of the woods. Mm-hmm. So right now it's more local, but as we grow, who knows, maybe I'll show up in Virginia one day for a Moms Who Dare day venture. Or we went to New York City with a group of us once. So yes, but this group is for anybody. I will make sure there's a combination of virtual and in-person things going on all the time. Plus it's a great place to share, connect, support each other. Moms are posting, give me all your best tips for move-in day for college. What do you do? This is a place to really talk about, what happens. And, if you're a mom with somebody in high school and you live in California, even the UK, we have moms in the UK, and you have a question, how do you handle your son or daughter getting their license? We're going to help you with that. That's what we're about. So yes, everybody.
That's great. I love that. And I like the in-person connections too. Fun. You can see what everybody's doing on that day, wherever they are. Very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm. So since you started this group and this venture, and I know I was coaching with you, and it was so much fun. And we have our 3-year anniversary coming up very soon.
You wrote that to me. I can't believe 3 years ago we met. Crazy how we met.
Crazy. And it was fate. But so is there a lesson, one of your biggest lessons learned or aha moments just going through this process? Because I would imagine, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, like you said. So
every day. And you know what? I'm happy you said that, because, Facebook makes everything look so easy. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of Facebook Live videos on my personal page for other things, but in my business page as well. That's the other way they're not on Facebook, but I have a business page, but in my community just for my moms. And, what I think we tend to do is we look at people like you and myself and other people out there that are putting themselves out there and think, oh, they're so brave, and look, I could never do that. And I was sweating through my first few Facebook Lives. The only thing you couldn't do was see it. When I was finished, my very first, probably 5 Facebook Lives, my heart was palpitating. I was dripping sweat. My husband was like, what is wrong with you? It's scary to put yourself out there. But I think the biggest lesson that I've learned through everything I've done, through joining network marketing, my business, through starting this community, and I learn it every single day, even with my kids and with friends and relationships. The greatest lesson that I keep in front of me all the time is to remind myself to not get completely attached to an outcome. And let me explain. It doesn't mean not to have a goal and want to achieve that goal. I'll use it as how it relates to my community. I used to be really worried, are people going to enjoy themselves? Are people going to have fun? And they're not interacting enough. And a wise coach reminded me, Jodi, you created the community. You're creating the environment. It is absolutely up to each individual mom in that community to create the experience that she desires from the group. And as soon as she said it, I'm like, you know what, you're right, because there might be a mom who just wants to sit back and watch. There might be a mom who wants to get out and go have dinner with us. There might be a mom who wants to get on the video. But that's what I have to learn with every step of the way and remind myself is let go of the outcome. I can create things and I can put forth things, but it's up to each individual to really, really, really create their own experience of what they want out of it. And I think that's very much the same with our kids, watching them go off to college and grow up. We can offer them the opportunities and they know we're there to help them. But when they go off to college, they are responsible to create the college experience, both academically and socially, that they desire. We can't want a certain thing. We can want it, but we can't attach ourselves to a specific outcome because it's up to them. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge life lesson in business and in my personal life that I really have to keep top of mind.
Gosh, that's huge. I think everybody can relate to that. I probably have to remind myself that every day because as women, we want to, try to be responsible. Like that's what we want to give and help and make sure everybody's okay and having fun. So
yeah, and we're very much alike. I mean, we want to share. I have learned so much. You taught me. I mean, a coaching relationship between a client and a coach, it's not mutually exclusive in the learning process. Mm-hmm. And, we learn from each other and we want to share the lessons we've learned with other people and scream it from the top of mountains. Okay. So, of course, we're going to have an attachment like, oh, my God, did it work? Did it work? Did I impact somebody? But that's okay. Somebody will hear you and how they want to create that themselves. It's up to them. So, yeah.
Right. And sometimes, I don't know if you can relate, but we don't know how something has impacted someone maybe for months or a year or even more. Or, we'll just never hear it. We might hear it from somebody else that somehow It's gone down the line. But it's kind of trusting that you're doing the best you can. And if it feels right and true to you, then you keep going. But
that's a very valid point because not everyone's going to be vocal with you and share with you, hey, Radell, love that, what you said. But they're thinking it. And just have to believe inside, and you and I have talked about this before, that we all have a voice. And our voice is being heard by somebody. And you just never know what your smile, what a word, or what a thought that you share will have on somebody. That's actually a dare that you can put out to people to do. Like take a day where you just give random compliments to random people. Give compliments to random people throughout the day instead of keeping it in here. If you see somebody and you think they look really pretty in that color, go up to them and say, you know what, that color's great on you. So a really good dare, because it's amazing what that does for you, especially if you're in a funk for some reason. Go out and start giving people compliments and watch what happens to your funk.
I like that. We're gonna have a dare. Let's do it. Like whatever we see, whoever we see that we like, we just tell them what we like and keep going.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yep. And watch how you quickly rise out of your own funk. You're gonna feel great.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I love seeing everything that you're doing, and thank you so much for sharing today. Definitely hope that some moms who want to be in the Moms Who Dare group see this and join your community because it's really important. So just want to say thank you. We're ending on a dare, so I'll be sure to include that in the blog post with this video so that people can follow along and try your dare, and also include some links to your website so that they can check out your resources.
That would be great. Thank you. And
Great.
right back at you. I love watching everything you're creating. And
Thank
again,
you.
so excited and humbled and grateful to be part of this with you, and grateful for everything you just coming into my life at the soda machine at Corner Bakery.
In Maryland. Who knew?
Yep.
Great things happen there.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you, Jodi. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Radell.
Bye.
See you. Bye.